guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you don't know me, then my name is Kashish, and in today's video I'm gonna be doing a mid-year book tag, which basically means that I'm gonna be answering some questions and I'm gonna talk about some of the books that I've read in the past 6 months. Now, I think that you're supposed to only choose one book per question, but I think that I'm incapable of doing that, so I think I have 2 or 3 books for like every question, I think. But like, I know that there are some questions which only have like one book, so I think that's a victory for me. So let's get started. Okay, so let's get started. The first question that we have for today is best book you've read till now. So the best book that I've read till now is definitely The Right Move by Liz Ford. I absolutely loved that book. It is one of my favorite romance books as of July 2023. It was such a good book, like the story, the characters, everything was so amazing and just so cute. Like, you have the best tropes in that book. It's roommates, friends to lovers, fake dating, and fake dating as well as it's a sports romance as well. So it's like you have all the best tropes, and you get every scene that you can ever think or imagine with these tropes, you know. And it's like, and the best part about it, it's a slow burn, so it flows, the storyline flows so well that you will absolutely love it, and it will just leave you with a really good feeling. So I really loved that book, and I will definitely say that you pick it up because it is just worth it. And it's the second book in the Windy City series. And like I said before, I couldn't choose one book for this question, so I have another one as well, which is the Dance of Thieves duology by Mary E. Pearson. This book also, like, I just want to say pick it up. It's a fantasy romance. The world building is so good, and at the same time, the mostly in fantasy books, the first book is based more on plot building, and then it just takes a lot of time to get it just takes a lot of time to get through, and like the first 150 pages or like the first half of the book gets quite boring, but in this book you just get right into it with the plot. Like, it just happens so fast, and you get so much romance in this, and I think that is something that I really appreciated and loved about this book. That's the basic thing. Like, it starts off pretty quick, and then we have so many scenes of the main characters. So that's why I think this duology was, I read the second book in June only, and if you've seen my June reading wrap up, then I've talked about how much I loved Wow of Themes. So this series is also so good, and I will definitely recommend it. Okay, so now let's move on to the next question. Biggest disappointment. Okay, so I think the biggest disappointment, or like the book which disappointed me the most, would be Jasper Whale by Devney Perry. So that was the fourth book in the Eden siblings series, and it was like a very anticipated release for me, like in 2023, because it has one of my favorite tropes, which was marriage of convenience. So when it was released in January, and I think January and the first week of February, I'm not sure, but when it was released, I read it so fast, but it was so bad. Like, I gave it a 1 star, or I think I gave it a 2 star or 1 star. It was that bad. Like, I just didn't like Jasper, and I had so much expectations from Eloise's characters. Like, I think somewhere her character came through for me, but them as a couple and the storyline just didn't work for me at all. Like, I hated it so much, and I don't think I've ever hated a book which was like a marriage of convenience, because I just like the wife aspect of it, if not like the storyline. But then in this book there was nothing for me to like, so that was the biggest disappointment. So let's move on to the next question then. Biggest surprise. Okay, so the biggest surprise for me this year would be reading the Book Lovers by Emily Henry. So why this was a surprise for me, because I've heard so much about Emily Henry's books, but then when I read Beach Read last year, uh, I hated it. Like, I still gave it a 3 stars. Like, some of the things were really nice in that book, but overall, the plot line, the story, the characters, I hated that book. So I was very skeptical going into book lovers. But I ended up really liking it, and I actually gave it like a 4.5 star. So it's really cute. I really like this. I think the best part about this book was the relationship between the sisters, Nora and Libby. I think, yeah, I liked the whole uh, relationship aspect of both sisters, and then she also getting, she also falling in love with Charlie in the end. So it's a cute book, and I'm still a bit skeptical about her books, but like, this was the biggest surprise for me, and I'm glad that I enjoyed it. And the next question is new fictional crush. Okay, so yeah, I have 3 answers for this question. So the first one would be Damien Martinez from Tis a Season for Revenge. I forgot the author's name, but Morgan Elizabeth, yeah, by Morgan Elizabeth. Oh my god, that guy and that book. Like, I loved that book. That is also one of my 5 stars, but like, it doesn't rank that high in 5 stars also. But I loved that guy. Everything he said, he did was perfect and so on point. And it's just, everything was just so perfect about that guy. And then I would also say Ryan Shea again. Like, he built her a bookshelf. He asked her to like read with him. Then he also read one of her smutty books. I'm like, this is it. This is what we want. So that was like, this is one of the reasons why I loved Ryan Shea so much. And then there's Luca Windsor from The Temporary Wife by Katharina Mora. I loved that guy too. Like, in the starting, his character was really irritating, and the things he did were just annoyed me so much. But then eventually he just grovels a lot, and then I think he covers up for like for his shitty behavior in the first 10 or 20% of the book. So like, for people who like, DNF'd The Temporary Wife by around 20-27%, please give it a chance again, because it eventually gets so much better, and you'll just end up loving both the main characters. So I guess these were my favorite crushes from the last 6 months. And the next question that we have is best sequel I've read. Okay, so I finally picked up, where did it go? Yeah. I finally picked up Terms and Conditions by Lauren Asher. This is the second book in the Dreamland Billionaires series, and this book also has my whole heart. Like, this is also one of my 5-star reads of this year. And if you ask me, Declan is my favorite brother, because I do know that he did a lot of things in his book which were like not acceptable by a lot of people, and that was one of the reasons why most people on Bookstagram said that they didn't enjoy this book. But I don't know, I just loved it. I think Declan was like the grumpiest character I've ever read about, but at the same time, he also had his cute and sweet moments where his character just really came through for Iris. And just this being a marriage of convenience just makes it like, the best for me, since it's my favorite trope. This was the best sequel I've read till now. And the next question is new release you haven't read yet but want to. Okay, so I want to read Crimson River by Devney Perry. That is the 5th book in the Eden sibling series, but I haven't picked it up yet as of now, because I just mentioned that Jasper Whale was a disappointment. So I'm just scared that if I pick this up and I don't like it, then because I really like this series. The first 3 books are really nice and I love them, but as of the 4th one, I didn't like that much. So I'm just a little scared, but I'm definitely gonna pick that up, because it has some aspect of mystery in it along with romance, so that will make me pick it up sooner. And the second book which released and I want to read it is A Meet Your Match by Candy Steiner. So I love Candy Steiner's books, and I'm just excited to start this new hockey series by her and just see how this goes. So I'm definitely picking it up in like the next month. So yeah, I guess that's it. And then the next book, the next question is, sorry, books that made me cry. Okay, where did it go? So these were the two books that made me, bawl my eyes out because they were so emotional. And it's just like, it's just the whole way the writing is so beautiful, and it just keeps breaking your heart. And I was just like, they're not sad, but at the same time it's just, you cry because of what the characters are going through. Like, both books have their own aspects of happily ever afters, but like the journey of those characters was just like really heartbreaking for me to read, and that's why I think it made me cry a lot. So I guess these are the two books that made me cry a lot. And then after that, we have books that made me happy. Okay, so like the first one is Offside by Avery. I forgot the author's name, but yeah, Offside. That's the first book in the Rules of the Game series. It's a sports romance. Yeah, it's a sports romance, and rivals to lovers. So I think her ex-boyfriend, so the Chase, like the main character, is the rival to his ex-boyfriend's team. So that was amazing, I loved that. And it's just, the book was really nice. It was like first 4.5 star, and I just enjoyed reading it, and it was just cute. And then the second book was In a Jam by Kate Canterbury. So that was a single dad or guardian, a small town romance, second chance. Even that was so cute. Like, I adore small town romances, so I feel like this book really came through in that aspect. And the third book, which made me really happy to read this year, was A Long Time Coming by Megan Quinn. Like, Brecker is amazing. Like, if you like the Dreamland Billionaire series, then you should definitely read A Not So Meet Cute, So Not Meant to Be, and A Long Time Coming. This is a Friends to Lovers, and it's just, I generally don't enjoy Friends to Lovers a lot because I feel like there's no, because they've been friends for long, so they already have that history. I like books where I can just when both the characters like meet each other for the first time, and then from there they form a relationship. So I guess that's why I don't enjoy Friends to Lovers that much, but this book is just so good. Brecker and Leah were so cute and adorable, and just made me happy to read it. And they were just, and it's just, Megan Quinn has a way of putting such good humor in her stories. So from that aspect as well, this is very good, like a proper rom-com, if you want to call it that. So that's it. And I think we have 2 more questions to go. Which books do you want to read by the end of this year? Okay, so like, I really want to get through An Amber in the Ashes. I think it's called the Ember Quartet series. There are 4 books, and I just saw one of my Bookstagram friends read it, and she just said that it's like a roller coaster of emotions, and I just want that. So I think this is one of the series that I definitely want to get through this year, and hopefully I will. So let's see. I think, yeah. Oh yeah, we're only left with one question. So, most anticipated release for the second half of the year. Okay, so I again have 3 books for this category or this question. So the first one is Things We Left Behind by Lucy Score. So this is Lucian and Salone's book. So in Things We Never Got Over, Lucian and Salone's characters and their story intrigue me so much that I am dying to read their book. And I think it's coming out in September, and I just can't wait to get my hands on it. And the second one is King of Greed by Anna Hong, which is about Dominic and Alessandra. It's a marriage in trouble, and I'm excited to read that as well. And then the third book is An Endless War by Daniel L. Jensen. So that is the third book in the Bridge Kingdom series. So it's already been released in audiobook and ebook, I think, but I want to read the paperback, which comes out in November. So I'm really excited to get through, because no, that's the 4th book. Sorry, I'm so sorry. That's the 4th book in the Bridge Kingdom series, and I'm desperately waiting it, because the third one and the fourth one are of the same couple, so I wanna read it at the same time. So this is it. These were all the questions, and that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and do subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next week in another exciting video. Bye bye.